Are you looking for something super easy and super delicious for supper? Well, stay tuned because I got you covered, honey. Hi guys, and welcome to my house. My name is Sage, for those of you who don't know me, and this is my channel where I like to share with you things that I enjoy, like cooking and organizing, as well as a few things here and there about my rural mountain lifestyle. So, come on in and let's see what we can get up to today. So today we're going to make meatloaf in a crock pot because, well, it's easy and I got stuff to do. So the first thing I did is I have my crock pot and I set it up. I lined it with one of these crock pot liners. I get a lot of question about these. I get them over by like where you get the aluminum foil, and they're just these little plastic bags that you just line the crock pot with, and it makes cleanup really easy because you can just, take out the bag and chuck it. Sometimes they'll leak in the bottom, but it's still easy to clean up, especially if it's a messy dinner to begin with. So let's move on over to what we got going on over here. Here I have 3 pounds of meat. I have 3 pounds of ground beef. I like the fatty kind because I like flavor, but you can do whatever you want to do, honey. You just do you. So I have a video all about how I buy my meat in bulk and store it in the freezer in a way that makes it not only easy to store, but makes it super easy to thaw my meat. So I can just take a package or 3 like I did in this case and just put it in a bowl of water, and 10 minutes later I have thawed meat. Makes it super easy. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Make sure you check that out. So with my meat, I made like a little well, my mom would call it. Inside the well, I added 2 whole eggs. If you only have one, that's fine. It won't be as moist, but that's okay. So the reason I'm doing the well is because I'm going to mix my sauces and spices together before I mix them into my meat. It gives a better distribution of flavor and it doesn't toughen the meat. The first thing I'm going to add in here is actually barbecue sauce. I like not a hot barbecue sauce, but you could use really whatever you wanted, but I'm just using this today. It's a hickory, and you're gonna add, about 1/4 cup to it. I don't measure, sorry people, but it's about 1/4 cup. And I'm also going to be adding some ketchup to it. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but you're going to add also 1/4 cup to it. And to that, I'm going to add some plain regular salt, and I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon. To that, I'm going to be adding some smoked paprika. Just a good little zhuzh of it, I guess. And then I'm also going to be adding some curry powder. I know this also sounds strange, but it will add a little something extra in the background that like nobody can tell but everybody likes. I'm using a mild curry, so you can use hot if you want, but I prefer mild. And I'm also going to be using maybe about 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm just going to take my hands on this inside, I'm going to stay inside the little well, and I'm going to mix it up in that little well area. So here I have my other ingredients. I have black pepper. I have about 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, some red bell pepper, some green bell pepper. You can omit the red bell pepper if you want to, and just use 3/4 of a green bell pepper in total, and I have 1 small onion. And I'm going to add 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. Now remember, don't overmix it. You just want it so you can see that everything is well incorporated within the meat mixture. Now here I have my crock pot. It's already warm, but you can start with a cold one, it's fine. And I'm just going to kind of get my meat in kind of a ball shape. And I'm just gonna put it right in the bottom gently. And then I'm just gonna start to kind of make a loaf shape in the pan. Just kind of press it down. You're gonna wanna leave about a finger's or 2 fingers width, at least a finger's width along the whole edge, because that's where all the fat's gonna hang out. So just try to be as even as possible. And you also want a little rim, a little ledge around the meat to kind of hold the sauce in a little bit. Kind of push it out to the sides and leave that little lip all the way around. It doesn't have to be thick. I mean, less than a finger width is fine. Okay, now let's talk about sauce here. I have a bowl that I'm going to mix my sauce into, and I'm going to start with some good old ketchup again. We're going to add some of the same flavors to it, but it'll help keep it moist. And I'm going to add about, I don't know, half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of ketchup, and about the same of barbecue sauce. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce, just a little down there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of just plain tomato sauce, probably about 1/4 cup. To that, I'm also going to add a clove of garlic, with half a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. For the salt, you really don't need very much. I'm only going to use about 1/4 teaspoon here. And then I'm going to give it a good little mix here. I'm just going to pour it over my meatloaf, and I'm just going to gently baste the side. I'll just kind of get over the edge a little bit, and it'll actually kind of caramelize in the bottom from the sugar, and it's like the best, the edges are like the best parts. I love it. And I just cook it on high for 3 to 5 hours, depending on how much meat you use. And when you're done, it looks like that, and it's super easy and so delicious. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like it, consider subscribing. Feel free to share my video on all of your social media and join me on mine. I would totally love to see y'all there. Well, thanks for stopping by my house. I'll see you next time.